Hey guys, what is up? I hope you are all well and enjoying your day, whatever you're doing. And I just thought it'd be really cool to do a different kind of video than I usually do, kind of like a let's get real, sit and chat kind of video. If you guys have never been here before, I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel. So the button will be on the screen for you to click, or it'll be in the description for you to click. And also, if you enjoyed this video, I would definitely ask that you like it, because that way it just helps me. It's free, you know, it doesn't cost you anything. So today we're going to be talking about fake friends. And I don't even know why I just kind of sat down and I was like, right, we need to get real about fake friendship. Actually, thank God I've got a good set of good friends who along the years I probably had to get rid of some. Here are some tips and tricks how to identify if you have any fake friends, and I guess just like ways that you can remedy that and kind of help yourself out of that situation. So hope these tips are useful, and yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so the first one is really practical, so I just thought we'd start off with that because that's a bit easier. I think everyone can identify with this, and this is basically when they don't tell you when something embarrassing happens. Now that can be if you've got like something stuck in your nose, if your skirt is tucked into your underwear. It's one of those things, isn't it? You kind of feel like as a friend, although it might be embarrassing for them even to have to point it out, especially if you're in public and something happens, like they're your friend. Like, why would it be such a difficulty for them to be like, hey, you know, you've got something up your nose, here's a tissue. I actually saw the other day as well, this girl, her like she'd leaked. And she was with some girls, and her friends were literally sitting like with her, and they were just like pointing it out, like making it obvious to everyone around them, pointing it out and laughing behind her back. And she just kept laughing, you know, like when your friends just laugh and you just laugh because you think like there's an inside joke going on, but all along they were laughing at her. And I was like, do you know you have fake friends? Look at them just. I was like, no. One of the things you guys need to take away from this video, hopefully, is that you should always be the friend that you hope to have. So whatever you want to receive, you should actually be giving it out. Be that friend to just, you know, like point it out and do it out of love. You don't need to do it and make it embarrassing or make them feel stupid, because at the end of the day, you know, we're all girls or guys, and we all get situations where we're embarrassed, we're humans, we make mistakes, it happens. Have a bit of a giggle about it and move on. Second thing is when they don't speak up for you. A true friend, regardless of the situation, will always speak up for you. They will never let you just like get beat down by someone else's words or their opinions. They will always be there to have your back. You know, I don't mean that they're gonna like jump on someone and scratch their eyes out. Your friend knows you more than everyone else. A friend of mine that, you know, someone accused her of something and she would never do that, but her friends were there, and instead of them saying, hey, you know, I know this girl, she would never do that, that's not her characteristic, she doesn't stand for that, they just stood there and they allowed that accusation to let everybody else that was there listen to it. And that, I was just like, that's not cool. They should be able to like test of your character, like show that actually your character is not like that, and they are like a testimony of what is going on in your life. So the third one is time watching. Basically that means like whenever you hang out or wherever you go, they're always looking at the clock. Okay, I understand that some of us have different commitments. Friendship is something that you need to build into. You can't just expect a friendship to blossom out of nothing. You've got to put something into it. So even if you are busy, be that friend that's like, hey, I'm busy this week, but you know, I've got 20 minutes on this day, do you want to hang out? Let's get a coffee. And at the end of the day, kind of realize this: no time spent with a friend is wasted time. Even if you spend 5 minutes with your bestie, like that's 5 minutes more than what you would have had last week. So make that effort. And if your friend is watching the time, maybe just address it, be like, yeah, you're watching the time. Hopefully it's not because you're boring them, but hopefully it's just because, you know, they've got places to be. But make sure that you're not being selfish enough to be like, oh well, I'm free, you should be free. You know, acknowledge that maybe you both have different schedules, you've got different things to do, and actually perhaps there's like a middle ground that you could focus on. And when you have that time, do not be like, you know, your friends, they're like, oh, so I'm having a situation with my boyfriend, blah blah blah. You're like, yeah, oh cool, yeah, that's rude. They're always talking about themselves, and that doesn't matter like what is going on. It could be that you've had the worst week ever, and as soon as you meet up, instead of them going like, how are you, it's so good to see you, they're like, oh, my day was the worst, this happened, this happened, this happened, and my life is like this, and my life is like this. And if they just spend the whole conversation going on about me, myself and I, sometimes people are just like that. They just are very self-centered, and maybe they actually feel like their life is a lot worse than yours. But as friends, you should be able to lean on one another. And there's a scripture that says something like iron sharpens iron, which means that you should be able to balance out. You should be sharpening your friend and they should sharpen you. You shouldn't be spending your whole time with your friend counseling them, consoling them for their issues, and then they're like, okay, thanks girl, that was so good, I'm so happy, okay, I'll see you next week. it doesn't work like that. You have to give, you have to take. It's like it's a relationship, really. You can't just expect to constantly have to give. There are certain situations which I think you can allow. Maybe they call you and they're like, listen, I need to vent, and in that case it's probably better that you don't talk. You don't say like, oh well, I know this happened to, because they probably just need a friend to listen. So I think you have to be careful of what the situation is about. But for the most part, if people can only talk about themselves, they can't even ask you like, how's your day been, give you some advice, give you some help, then, you know, they're not the friend for you. Okay, so this one is a bad one, because I know sometimes I've done this, and I've done this to a close friend of mine. It made me think twice, and this is basically like where you can only get hold of someone if they need something from you. Maybe even ask the question of, why is it that you can't get hold of them? Is it literally because are they ignoring you? Are they choosing to not be found because they don't want to hear your problems and that's going to annoy them or bore them? Or is it because they don't care? Like, it could actually be that they really don't care about you. Some people, they're like, here she goes again, but I'll listen. Some people, it's like, you know, I don't actually care about her life. I'm only friends with her because it's convenient for me. And you need to be careful of convenient friends. And this used to be something that I used to talk about all the time, having a convenient friend. And I'm not gonna lie, I think when I was in school, I used to have a lot of convenient friends, and they would be people that I would be like happy with because they were in classes with me, and I was basically a loner, so I didn't have anyone to sit with. And then as soon as the bell rang, I'd be like, okay, cool, what's good, bye. And then I'd find my own friend. Now I know that there are situations that you don't necessarily talk to that person unless they're in your class, or if you work with them. Again, work friends can be the same. If it comes to let's go out for a drink, or let's chill out, let's go bowling or something, you're like, no, it's not 9 to 5, I don't need to hang with you. Again, be so careful of that. None of us have the time to have a convenient friend. You can always give something back. I don't think there is ever any harm in you spending even a little bit of time for that person. I always think that people come into your life for a reason, and even if it's just a friend or a person that you have to sit with in your class, perhaps you know, they're in my life at this point for a reason. Is there something I can help them with? Is there something that they can give to me? Maybe I can even learn a lesson from them. Okay, so this is probably one of the biggest and most obvious telltale signs that they are not your friend, they're a fake friend, and that's if they can't celebrate your success. And this is a deep one, because when it comes to friendship, jealousy is a killer. Jealousy is a cancer. It will kill anything. If you have even a piece of jealousy in your heart, your friendship is done, because jealousy, it latches on and it's difficult to uproot. And I'll be honest, like, there are people in my life that I'm friends with now, and friends that people I used to be friends with, that something would happen to them and I would get this little heat that you start to do a comparison. You start to think, you know, well, let's say someone's engaged, you're like, well, why isn't my boyfriend proposing? Or if they get promoted, well, why haven't I got a promotion? You start to see yourself as higher than them, and you actually become a person full of pride. You actually think that you are better than them and that you deserve more than what they've got, and in the end you can never celebrate their success. These things are natural, they just come to us, we're humans, but it's about the way you respond to it. If you choose to like sit on your hands and literally refuse to say anything, then you are a fake friend. Your friend should be able to instantly be like, oh my days, I'm so happy for you. They should be more happy for you than you are for yourself. You know, there's friends you've got that it's your birthday and they are like ready to be like, yes, it's my friends. But you need friends like that. You need friends to hype you up, like they're hyped more than you're hyped for them. Like, they are good friends. See them as inspiration. Don't see it as a jealous thing. Be like, okay, cool, that actually makes me feel like, yeah, I could actually work a bit harder. When you like celebrate with somebody else, you're more likely to see them celebrate with you when you get something happen to you. I think the next one is also a big one, and that's when people tell you what you want to hear and they choose not to tell you the truth. And okay, I get it. I understand why your friend might not want to tell you the truth about something, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But at the end of the day, they can say to the stranger at the bus stop, hey, what do you think about my dress? And honestly, it doesn't suit them, and the stranger could be like, you look good. Really, like, if you want someone to tell you lies, you can ask anybody. The whole point you go to your friend is so they can tell you the truth. Just think about it like you're talking to someone in love. Like, if you truly appreciate and you value your friends, you should be able to tell them, and at the same time you should be able to receive that advice without being like getting all upset about it. The fact that they could be honest with you, the fact that they could put, you know, they could make it a bit awkward for a second by telling you the truth and make you feel a bit down about the way you look, but then you think to yourself, hang on, I would have gone out, I would have worn this dress, and everyone else in the room would have thought I looked horrible, but my friend's standing there like, yeah, I was going to tell the truth, but I decided not to because that's awkward. which one is better? Wouldn't you rather be embarrassed for a second rather than embarrassed by everybody else in a room because of the dress that you're wearing? Which one? Like, and if you are seeking friends with that intention, then again, you need to reevaluate what you think a true friend is, because that is not what friendship is about. And the last sign to show you that you probably have a fake friend is that they expect you to be perfect. And I think that's probably like an expectation of any relationship, really, like a friendship. We all want our friends to know exactly what to do at every single time, in every single situation. You probably just have to learn how to appreciate and love your friends for who they are. And I think the same with them, that they also need to see you, all of your weird ways and, you know, the awkward things that you do, because I guess that's what makes you you, and that's what makes you different from them being friends with anybody and everyone else. Your awkwardness and their, I don't know, their special thing that they've got makes you unique in so many different ways than it does the next couple of friends. I guess as a plus point, anybody who tries to make you someone that you're not, who tries to change who you are as a person, the things that you love to do, who tries to tell you that the way you do things is wrong and makes you do it like them, again, they don't appreciate who you truly are. And I think if you don't understand and value yourself, then you're not going to be able to show your friend how to value you. So that concludes my let's get real talk about fake friends. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Something completely different from what I usually do on this channel, and I don't usually go deep in anything, but it just kind of came to me and just been something I've been thinking about. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, because that would be amazing. And if you like these topics, maybe there's something you can comment in the comments telling me another topic you think I should go in and just break down for you guys, like get real and be honest. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more videos from myself, there'll be videos right now on the screen for you to check out, some of my favorite videos that I like at the moment that I film. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you guys in the next video. Bye.